Hi, this is Jan. Today I'm going to show you how to make tombstones. And these are the one I did before. And these are a die from Queen & Company from their Halloween set. And this is the sentiments from the Halloween set, which I just adore. Tim Holtz Distress Ink Frayed Burlap. And I put this here to show you that I got 8 of the tombstones out of a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. I cut my cardstock this size and just have stacks of it to use. So when I'm cutting dies, a lot of times I'll just grab one of those. But you can get 8 of them. The die makes 2 pieces. This is actually for the shaker, but I need a sentiment inside the cards. And so this makes a great little thing to put your sentiment on. And as you see, it comes in 2 pieces. Okay, now I'm going to stamp my sentiments on the center part of the tombstone. I'm not a big fan of the magnets on these rubber stamp machines. It's like I just can't ever get them positioned correctly. So this is my favorite hack of all hacks. This is Sizzix Sticky Grid Sheets, and this is the sizes on the back. 6" by 8.5 inch. Best things ever invented. This is not what they're for. They're for die cutting. But I use them in my stamp machine because I don't have to use stickers. I don't have to use magnets. And you just set things up, and they don't move. This one will be Open If You Dare. Witches Have All the Fun. Over the Hill. And we'll do If You Can Read This, You're Blissfully Unaware of What Is Creeping Up Behind You. I'm going to center this a little better. Okay, for this one, I'm using the Creeping Up Behind You one, the Over the Hill, because those are just so perfect. But I'm going to cut this one up, so hopefully it'll fit. And I think I'll use this, let's see, pumpkins, sweets, spooks, and treats. And actually, I can put that in any order I want, but that's the order they had it in. And let's see about this one. And which is longer? I'll just do it this way. Eat, drink, and be scary. I kind of like that, even though we don't drink. We're both diabetic and we can't have alcohol with our medication. But I have lots of friends that drink wine, so that would be like perfect for them. So, yep, like those tombstones. Get on there. And I don't think actually I know I've used them, but I'm not quite sure. So this cloth is actually clean. It's been washed. It's just stained. But I'm going to do a little wipe over this because it makes it pick the ink up better with this microfiber cloth. Awesome. If you've never used a stamp, use that on it first, and it'll take the ink so much better. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of extra ink on that stamp. Well, we'll see how that works. Eek. But it did come off on the stamp, but I'm going to wipe that glob off. If you get too much ink on your acrylic and stuff, and it doesn't come off with water, the best way to get it off is Everclear or rubbing alcohol. I don't like rubbing alcohol because it has an additive to it. And as I said, my husband and I that needs to be darker. Our husband and I are both diabetic, so we're always checking our blood sugar, and he takes insulin. And when he started, I said, nope, not going to use rubbing alcohol. It's got an additive in it, and you just need to use pure alcohol. So we buy Everclear by the gallon. Cleans everything. And again, see how easy these little guys come right up? But yet they never moved. And spray that. Try to go up and down and back and forth so I can get in all the little grooves to clean these out. Okay, now comes the fun part. This is a package that Scrapbook paper came in, and this is the protective wrapper and chipboard that was inside of it. I like using it to do my inks and stuff on because it wipes off so easy. So I'm going to do one and show you how. This is $14.95 Yosang blender brush from Amazon. And this is frayed burlap Tim Holtz Distress Ink. And you could spray these with water if you wanted to, but every time I use Distress Ink, I don't spray water. You don't have to. It's just a great color. So I'm getting a little background color on this just because I don't want white. I'm sure originally it was marble tombstone. But then I'm going to take and hold half of it on this side, and I'm going to wipe down half of it this way, then put my hand over here and wipe down here. And it gives it kind of a water-stained look. First I'm going to take this because it's going to be sitting, like the tombstone sitting on the ground. Going to give a little bit of extra splush here to make it look like the dirt's kind of splashed up on it. Hold it on this half. And there you go. So there you have your tombstone. And when I cut out my tombstones, I also cut out some pattern paper because I thought it'd be kind of funky. So I cut this out, and I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool and decorative on the inside to use. That one. And then I also had some weird kind of floral paper, and I thought that kind of looked like vines on the outside of the tombstone. So you can decorate this up any way, tart it up any way you want. All right, so I'm going to speed this up because you don't need to watch it in real time. It takes a long time. And what I'm starting here is to work from the inside out, and that gives that little groove between the frame of the tombstone and the tombstone, and working from the outside in here. It gives it like a little extra darkness around the cracks, so it It really makes it look a little more real. Again, when you streak this with your mini pad, ink pad, make sure you go from top to bottom. It's real important because what you're trying to do is to make it look like it's aged. The marble is aged and got moss and dripping on it. And so the drips would come from the top to the bottom. And so you want to go from the top to the bottom, except for that little piece on the bottom that you're adding to make it look like the dirt has splashed up on the base of it. But other than that, you need to go from the top to the bottom so you get the correct effect. And you'll see that some of those streaks only go part of the way down. If you started from the bottom, it would look like it was dripping from the bottom. So that's not going to work. So many people that have great videos on how to do these cards. And again, I put my sentiments inside. You can put one, you can put two, you can spread them all the way across the card. So many people on YouTube that do great videos on cards, and I suggest you look them up. I certainly learned from a lot of tricks from a lot of them, learned different ways to make cards to give them depth or be different, a little bit different. And I really recommend like Jennifer McGuire and Werner Design and It's Me JD. I love them. They're fun. They have a good time. They obviously enjoy what they're doing, which is the plan. You know, I don't want to do anything that's hard to do. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, enjoy the things that I do. And they do, and they're really good at it, and you can really learn a lot from them. I like to kind of put my hints in on my videos because sometimes I find cheaper ways to do things. Sometimes I find faster ways to do things. And sometimes I come up with a whole new idea on how to do things. So that's kind of what my videos are. And I would suggest looking at those other people to see what they're doing because they're doing some incredible work and you can learn a whole lot from them. Again, the ink that I'm using is a warm gray, and it has a bit of green in it, and the warm gray being a little brownish gray. It has a little bit of green in it, which gives it that kind of moss effect, but it's not enough green to make it look like grass or a vine or something. So that's why I chose that particular color. And that's my last one, and I'll do a little cleanup here after I get the streaks done. And I forgot to do the bottoms on several of those for the dirt splashes. So, oops, just go back and take care of business. Do what you got to do. Now the cleanup on this, I just sprayed water on it, used my microfiber cloth, wipe it down, bingo bango, you're done. And there's all the little guys put together, your tombstones. Give us likes and a thumbs up.